Welcome to Food Talk with Sherin. Valentine's Day is almost here. So let's make a classic chocolate cake with a strawberry filling and frosted with some delicious chocolate ganache as well. So this chocolate and strawberry cake can be made by each one of you. It is something which is not too difficult to make. Once your chocolate is baked, just follow the recipe and you would be able to serve a delicious cake for Valentine's Day. So let's quickly check out the recipe for this chocolate and strawberry cake. But before we do that, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. And please do click the tiny bell icon and turn on all notifications. So for making this chocolate and strawberry cake, we first have to bake the chocolate cake. So we'll first do that. The rest of the processes can be skipped if you think it's just too much. But then if you actually follow this recipe end to end, you will have a delicious and beautiful looking chocolate cake for Valentine's Day. For the cake, into a bowl, add some milk and add vinegar to it. Give it a quick mix and let it sit for about a minute till you start seeing the milk curdling a little. So this is the buttermilk base for this cake as we are making it eggless. Into this, add the castor sugar, vanilla essence, some instant coffee and oil, and whisk this all properly. You can skip the coffee if you want, but coffee actually enhances the taste of the chocolate. Now let's season the dry ingredients to this. Maida, baking powder, baking soda, salt and cocoa powder. Fold this or use a whisk itself and gently mix it all together. I'm baking this cake in a 7-inch cake tin which I've already lined with parchment paper. So let's transfer the cake batter into the cake tin. We bake this cake at a low temperature of 165 degrees Celsius. So the advantage of baking it at a low temperature is that it slowly rises and you almost get an even top instead of that domed top on top of the cakes. So the reason we are doing it is that we don't need to then cut the top to level the cake if you plan to decorate this. So if you increase the temperature or use a larger size cake tin, the baking time will come down. So keep an eye on your cake. The top should look done and a skewer inserted should come out clean. So once your cake has baked, just keep it aside so that it cools down completely before you unmold it. And while your cake is baking, let's start preparing the rest of the ingredients for filling the cake. So first let's make a soaking syrup, which is just a mix of some water and sugar. Boil it together till the sugar dissolves completely. So you don't have to make it into a syrup or thick consistency. Once the sugar dissolves, just take it off heat and keep it aside to cool. For the filling, I'm using some fresh strawberries. Now I've already chopped the strawberries here, and into this, let's add some sugar and mix it well. So with the addition of sugar, the strawberries will start releasing the liquid. To decorate the cake, we need a ganache. Now, I'm using a ganache here. You can always use a buttercream or anything else that you are comfortable using. But ganache definitely is much more tastier and goes very well with this cake. So for the ganache, you need to melt some dark chocolate. So I'm using a double boiler method here because that helps in melting the chocolate really evenly. And once the chocolate is almost melted, add some heavy cream to this. Mix it well till you get a nice flowy consistency. You need to keep the frosting aside for it to cool down completely and thicken a little. And once the frosting has thickened, use your whisk or beater and whisk it till it is light and fluffy. So all the different things needed to assemble the cake are ready. So let's now unmold the cake and then cut it into two horizontally. If your top has domed, you can cut off the top as well. Onto the cake piece, pour in some of the soaking syrup. Make sure you don't pour a lot, otherwise it will be a soggy mess. I've transferred my chocolate ganache into a piping bag. Just cut the edge of it and pipe around the edge of the cake like this. Put your strawberry filling in the center. Don't add a lot of that strawberry syrup along with this. And now let's invert the second piece of the cake on top of this. So the bottom part of the cake is what my top is right now. You can again add some soaking syrup and then cover it with more of the whipped ganache. You can use an offset spatula or a knife to level your ganache all around the cake. And then you can decorate it with some more strawberry pieces, sprinkles, or some piped ganache. So I have shown you a way in which you can all make it at home without investing too much into different tools for decorating the cake. So I hope this Valentine's Day or any other special occasion you have, you will try this out. Now, in case strawberries are not in season, you can use any other fruit of your choice which will go well with the chocolate, or just fill it up directly with the chocolate ganache itself. So I hope you will try this at home.